Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. It is just after 12. I crochet until 12:30 and then I'll be getting my lunch. And that's what I've been doing. This is for Janet. It's going to be an ocean pouch. And when I finish this, I'm seeing after I had my lunch, I'll be back on with my knitting again. We'll have a little video to show you with everything that I have that I'm working on. Just a little bit information, another closer look at what I am doing. So I'll stop this video and show you that and then come back again. This is just a little video to show all my whips, what I'm actually doing. This one I started doing a tutorial for, but I'm not sure I'm going to finish it because I don't really like this one, because it never looks the size it's supposed to be. That is more or less supposed to be a 16-inch. To stretch it out to 16, it will stretch out, but it goes right in. It looks very narrow, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to bother finishing that tutorial for that one. Just finish off the cardigan and sell it. So that's that one. That one is, I would call that one cable ribbon, cable or rib and cable lace, because that's a bit lacy bit in the middle of the mock cable. And this is an 18-inch in the same pattern. I'll put them together and you can see. There's a lot more stitches on, but it looks exactly the same size, but it's not. If you counted though, there's 10 of the lacy cables there, but there's only 9 on that one. And I didn't like the way, when you look at the rib on the bottom, you see how the rib doesn't come in like a rib would do. So when I did this one, I had less stitches on for the rib, but I added the extra stitches on the last row to make it, at least it comes in a little bit. And I've just started the sleeve on that one. Yeah, that's for my friend, that one. To put those to one side. And this one's been coming out of the pile. And this one is a 20-inch. It's going to be a little sweater with the placket down the front, placket opening on the front. Do a few inches down the front, not quite as far down as the armholes, probably about here with that one, and that's the back of it done. And part of the sleeve, I'm doing this one off my 3x1 mock rib. I've cut so much of that wool pulled out. So I'm just using the pattern for the 3x1 mock rib for the back and the sleeves, and I'll work the pattern out for the front to put the little placket opening on the front. So that's how much I've got done of that one. And this is the scarf I'm doing for my granddaughter. I haven't done much of this one lately, but I will be carrying on with it again soon. So that is the pom-pom yarn. And you know, there's not many stitches. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I use a smaller needle. This is a 375. And I have 2 stitches between pom-poms, but some people use a larger needle and just put 1 stitch between the pom-poms. I've never thought of trying that. I might try that if I do any more. So that's the pump, how far I've got with the pom-pom scarf. My granddaughter will probably get that for next winter. And this is my own. I may get round to doing a little bit more. That's how far I've got on the sleeve. I already have the back and the two fronts done. I just need to do the two sleeves now. A bit more of that done. And I might possibly get it finished for the summer. So that's that one. And the latest thing I'm working on, this is for one of my subscribers, Janet. She asked me to do a notion pouch for her, and that is, where did I finish it off there? So I work the notion pouch, it'll be folded that way, and I work this way on until I get it to the length. It'll probably be about 8 inches across when it's finished. I'm not sure how far I've done, but it's a very simple crochet pattern I'm doing. I will just show you 1 or 2 stitches while I'm here. I'm working on, you need to work on an odd number, so I made a chain of 38 stitches, 1 for turning, so I'm working on 37. If you work on an even number, it doesn't come out right. You end up with different stitches at the end that you should have. It spoils the shape. So that's my turning chain, and then that is your first stitch there that I missed that stitch going to the next one. And then I'm just doing double crochet. Depending on which country you're in, it's double crochet in the United Kingdom, single crochet in some other countries. So I do 2 double crochet into that second stitch, and then I miss the next stitch and go into this stitch, do 2 into that stitch, miss the next stitch and go into the second stitch. So you're going into every other stitch. So that's twice into every other stitch. So you're doing 2 stitches, miss a 1, 2 stitches, miss a 1, until you come to the end, and you have 1, 2, 3 stitches at the end, and into this stitch you do 2, miss that one, and just do 1 into the very end one, and then you turn and do that again, and that's how the stitch comes out. I have it that way when the bag is folded, but it makes quite a nice pattern. I like the way that stitch comes out, and that's how easy it is. And I make the edges as straight as I possibly can. As you can see, it's that my edges are quite straight, because when I finish this, get it to the length I want it to, and go around the whole thing there and there with, I'm going to do white, go around the white. So you need your edges as straight as possible, which is how I do them. I will show you how I get that straight edge. I'll pause this for a minute until I get to the end. So I'm come to my last few stitches, and I'm going to miss that one and go into this one. So that's 1, 2, 3 stitches left on the end. So go twice into that stitch, and I'm going to miss that stitch and go into the last one. But as you can see, it's sort of going down on the side, and it'd be rather awkward to get into that whole stitch. So instead of going through the whole V, I just go through half of it, put my hook through, So I have half of the V and part of the stitch below as well. And then I just do one stitch like that. So it's only one stitch at the end. And that makes quite a neat edge down the side. Whereas if I'd went into that whole stitch the way I showed you, you would have little bumps all the way down like that. So I'm going to do a one stitch for the turn. And that's how I get my edges straight as I can. As you can see, they're all quite straight. And after I finish that, I have one more crochet thing to do. Now I have three of these, three different sizes. Put that crochet out the way. I have three different sizes for bags. That's my smallest one, which I do for peg bags and small project bags and children's little play bags. That's what I use for. And that is a one for a, it's a little bit, not quite as long as you can see, that one's a little bit longer, but it's a little bit wider. So I use this larger project bag, but not quite as wide. This one a little bit narrower, but just a little bit longer. That's the longest one that I do for the largest project bag. And I have a one to do for a lady, Barbara I think it is, her name is. She's asked me to do a project bag, and that's one of those I'll be using for the bottom of her bag. I gave her the choice of crochet or one of these PU, that's what they're called, PU leather bottom, and she opted for this, so I'll be using one of these ones for to make the larger bag for her. So I hope you like that little bit video, another look at everything I'm doing. And I've just measured this and it's 6 inches, so I've got about another 1.5 inches to do, and then I'll put the white edge around it. I crochet around the whole lot so I get the same sort of edge like that, like where you crochet across is down the sides as well, because I do crochet those ends together to seal the ends. I don't sew them, I crochet the well, it's sort of like sew, but I go like in and out. I don't go over when I sew, I go in one side, come around and back through the other way. It's better than over sewn or better than over crocheting, because you get a like a thick line when you crochet over them. So I know how to do things to make them look neat. Anyway, I'm going to do what I can of this, and I'm going to get my lunch, and then I'll start on the little cardigan for my friend. But after I finish crocheting this, I have to put the zip on, and then I have to put the lining inside, and then seal up the sides and that. So I'll not get that done today. It'll be tomorrow probably. It's tomorrow morning, because I only do the crochet in the morning, because a couple of hours, or maybe it's 2.5 hours, that's about all the time I'd spend, because it does affect my hands, my wrist with the constant, you know, keep moving the hook in and out like that. It does affect my wrist, and sometimes this hand, it's down this thumb, it's when I'm holding on that side all the time, so. But it doesn't affect me like that when I'm knitting, it just seems to be when I'm crocheting, so I won't do any more than what I do in the morning and my crochet. So that's why when I do any crochet for anybody, it takes me longer, because I only do a certain amount a day. But I'll end up with that, what do you call it, carpal tunnel syndrome, and I don't want that. I know when to stop. When it starts bothering me, that's when I stop. And I have to go through this stitch yet. And that's it for that. I'll be stopping for my lunch. That's how it's looking now when it's folded. It's not quite the width I want yet.
So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.